What's going on, YouTube? Coming back at you another video. So, I haven't made a video in a while. A lot of people out there still wondering what's going on with my channel. I'm all right. I'm alive. I just took a step away from YouTube to focus on what's important. I feel like since I've taken the step away, God has kind of led me back to this platform because I do have a platform and I do have a voice. And there's some things that I think are important to share with people out there. It's not going to be the same type of content that I was previously doing. The reason why I stopped doing YouTube, for those of you who don't know, is because the content that I was making did not align with the direction I wanted to go in life. When you are sincere and genuine about wanting to follow God, you need to then become familiar with what God's will is. And God's will definitely doesn't align with covering the negativity that goes on in the world of hip hop. So I had to push that to the side, push the money to the side, push the likes, the comments, the subscribers, all that stuff to the side, and focus my attention and my energy where it needed to be, and that's on God. And I'm not looking for any praise in doing so. I'm just letting you know what it is. And I hope somebody out there hears that and it resonates with them and they recognize and realize they need to start doing the same as well. It's not me. It's God ultimately that gave me, the understanding of what I need to do. But it's very important for people out there to put their focus where it needs to be in this day and age. We don't have much longer before you don't get another chance. And if you don't make the right choices now, you're forever going to have to deal with the consequences of not doing what you were supposed to do or what God wanted you to do. So that being said, I'm going to get back to making content. Sorry for this long, drawn out, quote unquote, intro, but I just kind of want to let you guys know what's going on. The topic today, my first video back in a while, is going to be demonic possession or attack through music. So a lot of people out there don't really understand when you listen to the music that you listen to, that it's filled with violence, it's filled with death, it's filled with cursing, it's filled with everything that goes against God. When you listen to that music, you're opening a gateway, you're opening basically like a portal in your temple, which is your body, to allow the enemy to come in. And the enemy, for those of you who don't know, is not the person down the street, is not your quote unquote op. The real enemy is principalities, demons, and Satan. These are the real enemy. If you're fighting anybody outside of that, you're never going to win because that's not your real enemy. The real enemy is operating on a much higher level, and they play off the fact that a lot of people out there don't even know who the real enemy is. So the enemy attacks you through music. We see this so strong and prevalent in the hip hop world. The music is filled with death. It's filled with violence. It's filled with drug dealing. It's filled with prostitution. It's filled with all these things, again, that don't align with God's will. So when you start listening to the music, you're unknowingly, in most circumstances and unwittingly, allowing the enemy to get a hold in your soul. That's where the enemy resides. They reside in your soul. And what happens is they start to develop strongholds. You're legally giving them access to be a part of your body. You're basically inviting them in. You're saying, here I am, come on in. I don't care what God's will is. I'm going to do what I want to do. And the enemy is then coming in. Like, this stuff goes deep. Not only do you allow them in like that, but a lot of times we know, a lot of people out there are fully aware that the music industry as a whole is satanic. A lot of what they do is super satanic. They put it right in your face. But what some people don't know is there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in the creation of this music. There's been a lot of artists who've came out and spoke about this. There's been a lot of other people who've came out and spoke about this, but there's even instances where when they're making the music, they're actively doing witchcraft over the music. They're actively doing things, invoking the enemy to come in and basically inhabit the music. It's on a whole nother level. And it's not something that you can see, but it's something that you need to know, because me, myself, I can attest to the fact that from an early age, hip hop shaped and molded me into who I was for a long time. And it was through the music. The music was giving me a path in life that ultimately wasn't the path that I needed to be on. And it was through listening to the music. It was guiding me. It was teaching me. It was filling my head with garbage and things that aren't important, and pushing me in a direction that led me away from God. And that's exactly what they aim to do. They use the music to catch people at an early age. For me, I started listening to NWA not long after NWA came out. It was probably 1989. I started listening to NWA. I was 8 or 9 years old. And when I first popped in my tape player, Straight Outta Compton, and I heard Straight Outta Compton, crazy, and I heard that music, it changed me as a person. Not because I'm a follower, not because I'm weak, not because I go along with what other people do, but because there was something about that music that was taking hold of my mind. It basically was pulling me in pulling me in a direction that went against God. And I embraced it fully. I love the music. I listened to hip hop from then all the way till the past couple years. And I still even listen to hip hop. I just don't listen to the same kind of hip hop. But I was so deep in hip hop, so much in love with hip hop, that I was going everywhere throughout my daily journeys with a mixtape in my pocket, with a Walkman in my pocket, a CD player, a portable CD player. I always had music on me. I was fully engulfed in the music. I loved the music. I wasn't just somebody who, casually listened. I was somebody who put everything I had into hip hop. I loved it with a passion. It was my everything. But I had to realize at some point that hip hop was not doing anything good for me spiritually. And the message for you out there today, you people who are listening to this, is be aware that the music that you are listening to is attacking you on a spiritual level. And understand, as soon as you remove yourself from that and you repent to God for allowing it in the first place, you can kick the enemy that has gained a hold, has taken stronghold in your soul. You can kick them out by just stopping the behavior. So be aware that you're under attack. You're getting attacked in a lot of different ways. But one of the ways that we see it so strong again in the world of hip hop. Look at the things going on in Chicago, how the music, they rap about who their enemies are. They rap about who they killed, or the people that have died. They disrespect. This is on another level. They call themselves demons. We don't need demon music. We need Jesus music. And a lot of people out there aren't really familiar that there is a world of hip hop that exists that actually glorifies God, but is still dope to listen to. Like one artist in particular, highly recommend you check out if you want to turn away from listening to the garbage that you listen to, but don't want to give up hip hop like me. Brian Trejo. Brian Trejo comes from the streets. Brian Trejo comes from prison. Brian Trejo been through a lot in his life. Had his twin brother murdered. All kinds of things in his life. And he turned to God, and he makes amazing music that glorifies God. That's the kind of stuff that you need in your life. Whether or not it's hip hop that you choose to embrace, find new music that you can fill the void of hip hop. When you turn your back on hip hop, if you choose to do so. But highly recommend you become aware and do some research on it and have an understanding that you are under attack in so many different ways, but one way that you can stop the attacks is by stopping the garbage music that you listen to. I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not really concerned or caring much about whether or not I get many views, whether or not I make much money out of this. My mindset is completely different from where it was previously, and all I care about is that my messages hopefully just reach one person. If I can just reach one person and get you to understand the importance of following God, then that's all I came to do. So don't look for massive numbers on my channel or for things to be the way they were before, because more than likely that's not going to be the case. But I still want to make content, but I want to do it in a way that it's glorifying God and it's bringing something important to you. So I hope I was able to do that for you. I appreciate you watching. Peace.